This is Anand Mahajan, your instructor for this course of Python. Now, in this lecture, I am going to tell you about an exception called NameError.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
We have already went through the basics of exceptions, and what is exception handling was also covered, and I had given you an example also. Now we will be reading all the exceptions, different types of exceptions that Python offers. So today we are going to, in this lecture rather, we are going to discuss NameError. See, I have taken a variable, defined a variable a and assigned it the value 20. Here starts the try block, and what will happen is this is print value of a, and str a plus str a will be there, and there won't be any problem with this statement. But when it will come to this print statement, it's going to be erroneous. Why? Because there is no list defined with the name cities. So it is going to cause an exception. This is going to raise an exception, and control will jump out of the try block and it will enter into this except block with the name NameError. This is the name of the exception. The message will come list not defined, or whatever message you want to give. Okay. So what about this print statement? Print hi, this is Anand Mahajan, and the telephone number. This is the common statement because it does not have indentation. It is it will be executed in all circumstances whether exception occurs or not. Okay, let me execute the program. Control Shift F10. Yeah, value of a is equal to 20, that was printed. But at this statement print cities 0, the message there was problem because there was no list called cities. The control jumped into this except block and message is oops, list not defined. And hi, this is Anand Mahajan, telephone number. This will be printed in all circumstances, in all cases whether exception occurs or not. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to define the list. Okay, Kurukshetra, and then I am going to give the name of the city New Delhi, then suppose Mumbai, and let it be London, the last one. Okay, now I have defined a list with the name cities. So this particular statement which was raising an exception, it will not raise an exception now because yes, there is a list with the name cities. Let's execute it. Control Shift F10. Yeah, here is the output. So cities 0 means the very first element of the list cities, which is Kurukshetra, that will be printed. Okay, so one more thing that we can do is we can, like suppose I go for some kind of division, print, suppose I write 100 divided by 0 and I write except 0 division error. So here I would write print division by 0 not allowed. Okay, always remember one thing, and that is when an exception occurs within the try block, indentation block of try, what happens is when an exception is thrown, it goes out of the block, try block, and looks for the matching except. Now in this case, as print cities 0 is not going to raise any exception, but 100 divided by 0 is going to raise an exception. First it will try to match NameError, but it is not something related with a variable not defined. Rather it will go to this one, 0 division error, because this is the matching for this division by 0, and the message division by 0 not allowed will be printed. Let's execute the program. Control Shift F10. Yeah, this is division by 0 not allowed. The control went into this block, except 0 division error. Now let me tell you one thing. Now I just want to repeat this thing. The error name error, this exception with N and E capital, this occurs when we try to use an identifier that has not already been defined. That identifier could be a variable, a set, a tuple, a list, or a function for that matter. Okay, now let me put it into comments, hash and hash. Okay, now Control Shift F10, see it carefully. See, now I have not handled this exception. 100 divided by 0, this caused an exception, it raised an exception. Control went out of the try block, this try block. It encountered an except with name error, but it is not an error related with name error. And it tried to look for 0 division error, but that was not there. Hence, your program was terminated after giving the message 0 division error, integer division or modulo by 0. But you can see the result was value of a is equal to 20, and the value of a is equal to 20, and city name Kurukshetra, and 100 divided by 0, it terminated the program. But and you can see, hi, this is Anand Mahajan, this statement has not been printed. Why this statement has not been printed? Because program was terminated when this error came. So what I can do is I can use a universal kind of except block and print some kind of exception occurred. Now after except I have not written something like name error or 0 division error or something else. I have simply written except colon. Now such kind of except block is capable of handling all types of exceptions. Let me execute the program. Yes, as you can see, this time over the program was not terminated even though there is no except with 0 division error. So when this exception occurred, it went out of the try block, it matched with name error, it tried to match with, but it was not matching. It went to this except, which is a universal kind of except block, and the program was not terminated, and some kind of exception occurred, was printed, and subsequently, hi, this is Anand Mahajan, and telephone number was also printed. So this except can handle all types of exceptions.